Okay, so this is a video about this AMD build that I've been planning to do, just to resell some of the parts I have lying around. I've had this case, the Corsair Crystal 280X, for a long time right now. It's just been sitting, so I've been deciding to, and it's really hard to sell it by itself because these days it doesn't make sense to pay a lot of money for this case on its own, I guess, and people are not willing to pay for it like that, which is fine, fair enough, I would say. So I thought, yeah, maybe I could just make a build out of it, and maybe somebody will buy it like as a whole system, which I think would make more sense. So I've been just collecting parts, or I've had parts previously. So for the case, I will be using the Corsair Crystal 280X. This is a micro ATX case. I used it before on some previous videos, my Intel build, which later I migrated into a desk case, and I've given that other case to my brother, so he's using one of these cases. Amazing case, you'll get to see it later. Over here I have the NVMe sitting on top. I already made a video about it. It's a Crucial P3, just a regular Gen 3 M.2 NVMe. Nothing special about that. Yeah, let's move aside some of the stuff. This is just an ARGB controller, because I have some ARGB fans over there, and this motherboard is really old, so it doesn't have ARGB connectors on it, so I needed to buy this controller to connect these fans so we could get some ARGB on it. Has a remote and everything. I made a video about this one too. So yeah. Anyway, moving to the graphics card over here. This is the RX 5600 XT. This is an AMD Radeon graphics card. It has 6 GB VRAM. Graphics card is I've been sitting on it for a while. It's been here. I bought it on a really good deal. I made a video about it too back then, like a long time ago, and I really didn't have a lot to do with it. Like, I didn't have much usage of it, so I thought, yeah, maybe I could just sell it and use it on that build, on this build, the AMD build over here. That way we can make an all AMD build out of this, and yeah, so I decided to include this in. So over here I have the motherboard, and it's not just the motherboard over there. I already installed all the parts. Let me just open this up. I'll try to pull the motherboard out without dropping some things. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me just close this up. Yeah. Okay, I got it out of the bag. So over here we have the Gigabyte A320M S2H. This motherboard is a micro ATX motherboard. Has 2 DIMM slots, so you can install up to 64 GB on this technology, on this build currently, which is way more than enough. But I have 2 16 GB, 32 overall. I have the Noctua L9. I don't recall the model, but this is the AMD variant. This is only fit for AMD AM4. Underneath I have the Ryzen 7 1700, the non-X version. I just had this processor from a friend. He didn't need it anymore, so he gave it to me to use it. Also the cooler, he didn't need the cooler, so he kind of gave them both to me, so I'm just reselling them. Yeah, so basically I installed this speaker, and don't pay attention to that. Cut that. Yeah, so basically this is the combo that I will be using as for the motherboard, CPU, and cooler. Let's just move this aside. So for the power supply, we have the Gigabyte P750 GM. Yeah, these power supplies, I made a video about this earlier as well, about the questionable quality of these power supplies, as they used to have like bad name for them, bad reputation for them. They used to explode and whatnot. But I believe this, because I bought it recently, this is the better version of these power supply, the ones that already been fixed. This is just what I believe anyway, and I hope I'm right. I hope it's not the old stock. I think it's the newer stocks that's been bettered. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm gonna put the system through a number of tests, number of stress tests and whatnot, just to see that this power supply is not going to explode on us. So yeah. So basically, right now that I introduced all of the parts, I'm going to be building the machine. I cannot film the building process because I don't have a tripod or somebody to film it for me. So it doesn't matter. If you want to see how to build a PC, there are millions, literally millions of videos on to show you how to do that. I'm not here to educate you on how to build a PC. There are millions of videos like that on the internet. I'm just over here trying to show the parts and to just share with you just how I did that and this and that, and this is not the purpose of the video. Like, if some of you been wondering, yeah, it's supposed to be a build video, but no, it's not just a build video. It's also to show it's not a build video, as a matter of fact. It's just to show the parts and what I'm doing here. That's it. I don't have to film the entire stuff. So anyway, I'll pick it back up once I assembled everything into the case, and we'll take our first boot. And yeah, I also I won't be installing Windows. I already made an image prior to this, so just to save some time, yeah, I'm just going to do a recovery, and that's it. So yeah, I'll pick it back up once everything has been assembled. See you in a bit. Well, I completed the AMD build. I took like an hour, less than an hour, I would say. Took like, I would say 45 minutes to build it all together. It took like an addition 15 minutes to get the cable managed like the way that I wanted for it to look. Obviously it's on the dual chamber, like it has a dual chamber, so all the mess is tied up inside. It's not showing. So yeah, it was fairly easy to build this. It wasn't hard at all. It's pretty easy. All the parts, like they just came together. Like, it was pretty easy, like I would say. So yeah, as I mentioned before, this thing has RGB with the remote, so I could play around with the RGB. As you can see, changes the ARGB color on it. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Alright, anyway, yeah, so I'll just reiterate the parts that I've used here. For the CPU, I've used the Ryzen 7 1700 non-X. The CPU cooler is a Noctua L9i, the AMD version. For the RAM, we have HyperX, Kingston HyperX. They're just like two 16 gigabytes, 32 gigabyte overall. Hyper Fury. For the graphics card, we have the Sapphire RX 5600 XT. For the case, the case is the Corsair 280X. Crystal 280X. The case fans are Thermalright C12 CL. I bought like 2 packs of those. They come in 3, or you can buy them individual I bought like 2 packs, like 6 in total, so yeah, they're pretty gorgeous. Like they're very cheap too, like for PWM fans, ARGB, like you see what you get. It's pretty beautiful. The motherboard is the Gigabyte A320M S2H. It's like the bare minimum you could get for AM4, like really the cheapest you could get in terms of chipset and just overall the cheapest board you could get. It doesn't matter to me, I didn't care, I just wanted something to work. For the storage, I just have like one 1TB Crucial NVMe drive over there, the P3. Made a video about it earlier, as you can see it over there. It's just 1TB, that's all, that's enough. For the PSU, it's the Gigabyte P750 GM. Those power supplies that were troublesome, like back then, used to explode, blah blah blah. But it doesn't seem that it's been exploding at all. I put this computer through a number of stress tests. Like I did Cinebench, I did 3D Firestrike, I did Furmark, I did Prime 95, I did OCCT, I did the Unigine Heaven. I did a couple of tests. Like I fucked this system pretty hard. Like I went pretty harsh on this system, so there is no way, I don't think, at least I don't think these power supplies are gonna, like this one is gonna be fine, let's just say that. As far as I'm concerned, it's fine by me. It passed my test, so this machine is just gonna be used for gaming, so that's it. And these tests are far more demanding than whatever games they're gonna throw at it, and the gaming here is gonna be limited because this is an RX 560 XT after all, so I don't think it's gonna, I think the power supply is gonna be just fine. Yeah, basically it was pretty straightforward to build this. It wasn't too hard. I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be selling this computer. It's pretty beautiful. I think whoever buys this is, yeah, if it's just for esports, 1080p, 60 FPS, even a little bit beyond, I would say. Like you might try, like you could try 144 hertz, like beyond 60 FPS, but for the newer games, I would say 1080p, 60 FPS. That's what you would probably get from this. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. You're just like playing esports game. It doesn't matter anyway. Those look like shit anyway. Anyway, this pretty much been the video about the AMD build. It was pretty easy. I enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like that in the future, make sure you stay tuned. Yeah. See you in the next video. Bye bye.